Isn't it interesting how when we overthink negatively instead of positively? I mean, when was the last time you caught yourself daydreaming about winning the lottery or having the perfect day? Nah, we're too busy imagining stripping and face planting in front of our crush. Our brains are like that annoying friend who always sees the worst in everything. We're not waking up thinking, my business will make too much money today, or my relationship will go perfectly. That's not how our minds work. We're wired to avoid pain and discomfort, so our minds usually predict bad outcomes first before good ones. It's like our caveman brains are still trying to keep us alive, always on the lookout for danger. That's why we're more likely to imagine getting fired than getting promoted. Our brains are like teenagers, dramatic as hell and always assuming the worst. But here's the kicker. We don't have to let them run the show. When we overthink, it's because we're stuck in a loop of endless negative scenarios, never imagining the best case possibilities. We're never overwhelmed by positive scenarios. It's always the negative ones that consume us. The problem is that we easily fall into these negative patterns, but we don't naturally fall into positive ones. It's like our brains have a slip and slide to negativity, but the path to positivity is all uphill. And here's the real kicker. When we overthink and predict negative scenarios, we do nothing good for our lives besides making us feel more stressed and anxious. We're just stressing ourselves out for no good reason. It's like we're giving ourselves a mental beatdown before life even has a chance to throw a punch. And here's the truth. The outcome will happen regardless of whether you overthink positive or negative. So why not choose the option that doesn't make you feel like crap? So how do we flip this script? How do we turn our overthinking from a burden into a superpower? It's all about intention, folks. Positive thoughts, positive actions, they require intention. We have to move toward them deliberately. Shifting from negativity to positivity isn't passive. It's a conscious choice. We must guide ourselves out of those negativity cycles and into healthier, more productive ones. It's like steering a ship. Positivity doesn't just happen. You gotta grab the wheel and make it happen. And the good news, when we focus on positive predictions, we'll feel better and more hopeful about the future. That shit can actually make you feel better and more motivated. But here's the catch. The key is not to get attached to positive predictions. You can think all of great, awesome outcomes in your mind as long as you don't attach to particular results. Thinking positive is great, but don't get so attached to specific outcomes that you can't roll with the punches. Alright, let's get practical. Here are some steps you can take next time you catch yourself in a negative thought spiral. First, call yourself out. Say, hey brain, you're being a drama queen again. Sometimes, just acknowledging that you're overthinking can help break the cycle. Second, flip the script. For every negative scenario, force yourself to imagine a positive one. If you're imagining bombing a presentation, also imagine nailing it and getting a standing ovation. Third, remember, Positive thinking is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. It may feel awkward at first, but keep at it. Next, stay flexible. Think positive, but be ready to adapt if things don't go exactly as planned. Life's gonna throw curveballs no matter what. May as well imagine knocking them out of the park instead of getting hit in the face, right? Lastly, treat yourself like a friend. You wouldn't let a friend talk to you the way your negative thoughts do. So why let your brain get away with it? Be your own high person. Alright, let's wrap this up. Remember, it's not about being all sunshine and rainbows all the time. It's about not letting your brain be a dick to you 24/7. So go ahead, daydream about crushing that presentation, nailing that date, or finally fitting into those jeans. Just don't get too attached to any particular outcome. Keep it positive, keep it flexible, and watch how it changes your vibe. Your mind is a powerful tool, and it's time to use it for good instead of letting it run wild with worst case scenarios. If you can remember anything out of this episode, remember this. Don't get too attached. You can imagine anything. You can dream about all the ridiculous results, especially positive ones. But then let it go. Never get too attached. Hey, if this episode lit a fire under you, share it with a friend who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a great review, and join me next time as we continue our journey towards greatness. Until then, stay limitless and never stop believing in yourself.